Senator from Montana.
Mr. President, I often hear from Montanans how Washington, D.C. regulations stifle the ability to create jobs and prevent our small businesses from reaching their full potential. Too many Montana businesses face regulatory burdens that hinder innovation and block opportunities for growth. In fact, when I drive around Montana, I've yet to hear a small business owner stop me and say, you know, we'd like to see more regulations from Washington, D.C. In today's environment, business owners are left with few options. They either struggle to keep up with frequent regulatory changes, or they suffer the penalty of regulatory fines. That is unacceptable. There's something fundamentally wrong when our business owners spend more time adapting to Washington regulations than focusing on their business's growth and their job creation. We need to reduce the red tape that is holding our small businesses back and work towards common sense regulations that don't place unnecessary burden on Montana families and small businesses. Today, I've introduced legislation to help fix the regulatory burden facing Americans. My bill facilitates public input on federal rulemaking and provides a more predictable regulatory environment so that businesses can make plans to expand and have a predictable environment to create good, high-paying jobs. Because currently, bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. can issue interpretive rules without warning and without public input. In fact, oftentimes, interpretive rules are dramatically changed at the whim of the president. I'd also like to thank Senators Lankford and Blunt for joining me in introducing this critical piece of legislation. The Regulatory Predictability for Business Growth Act will ensure that Americans' voices are heard in the rulemaking process, providing a crucial planning period for individuals and businesses. I want to give a special thanks to Senator Lankford and his staff for his leadership on the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee Regulatory Affairs Subcommittee. Our staffs work closely to make this piece of legislation possible today. For far too long, government bureaucracy has stifled our small businesses' potential. And with common sense reforms like this bill, we can encourage both innovation and job growth. The Regulatory Predictability for Business Growth Act will decrease regulatory uncertainty and will empower Montanans and their businesses to grow again. Thank you, and I yield back.